All right, let's jump right into today's explainer because we are going to completely dismantle the single biggest concept that is absolutely holding you back right now. Today, we're unpacking this razor-sharp insight from entrepreneur Dan Martell, and he makes a massive promise. He says he can fundamentally change how you look at your goals and your life in under a minute. How? Well, by teaching you to become dangerously motivated. And I don't mean just, occasionally inspired after you've had your third cup of coffee. I mean relentlessly, unstoppably driven.
So let me ask you something, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself here. Are you waiting for motivation to strike? Seriously, think about that big project you've been putting off, or that fitness goal. Are you sitting around burning precious time just waiting to finally feel ready? Let's be real, we all do this. We kind of treat motivation like a weather event. It's like we're standing out in an open field, just hoping a random bolt of lightning strikes us so we can finally start typing that email or go hit the gym. But guys, it's a comforting lie.
The bottom line here? You have got to stop waiting. Right now, waiting to feel ready is a massive trap because you're waiting for a moment that is literally never going to arrive. That picture-perfect moment where you're suddenly fully energized, completely fearless, and totally ready to go? It's a total illusion. If your success relies on waiting for perfect conditions, well, you're basically choosing to stay exactly where you are forever.
Which brings us to part 1, the great motivation myth.
Society feeds us this massive, widespread myth that motivation is some sort of magical gift, like it's a spark just handed down to you by the universe, or some genetic trait you're either born with or you're not. We look at highly successful people, and we just assume they possess this endless internal fountain of inspiration. But here is the actual reality of the situation. Motivation is built. It is constructed, brick by brick, through consistent action. You don't just find motivation lying around. You have to manually manufacture it.
Let's get crystal clear on what this actually means. Motivation is simply the reward you get for making consistent progress over time. It's the reward, not the prerequisite. Inspiration always follows the work. Think about it like a paycheck, right? You would never walk into a brand new job, sit at your desk doing absolutely nothing, and tell your boss, well, I'm just waiting for my paycheck and then I'll start working. That's crazy. Yet that is exactly how we treat our biggest life goals.
Let's move on to part 2, the high cost of waiting.
Because look, there's some really harsh realities to just waiting to feel ready. First off, you're wasting your absolute most precious resource, which is your time. Every single second you spend waiting is a direct withdrawal from building your actual dream. But honestly, it gets worse. You start to drift endlessly on autopilot. You know exactly that feeling, right? Just doom scrolling on the couch, going through the motions, just letting life happen to you instead of making it happen. Because you're waiting for a feeling that just isn't coming, your true potential just sits there completely dormant.
So, here is part 3, discipline above all else.
This completely flips the script on basically all of modern self-help. You don't actually need to feel good about doing your tasks. What you need is raw, unadulterated discipline. Discipline is that sturdy, reliable bridge over the massive gap between where you are right now and where you want to be. Discipline doesn't care if it's raining outside. It doesn't care if you had a bad night's sleep. It literally only cares about execution. It's simply the commitment to doing what you said you'd do, long after the mood you set it in has completely vanished.
And that leads us perfectly into part 4. Motion always beats motivation. Motion will always beat motivation. Doing something, and I mean literally anything, that creates forward momentum is infinitely more powerful than just sitting still and theorizing about it. When you feel frozen by procrastination, don't sit there trying to magically conjure up inspiration out of thin air. Just move. Type a single sentence. Do one push-up. Make one quick phone call. Motion creates friction, friction creates heat, and that heat creates the exact energy you need to keep going.
And this naturally builds into a highly effective, completely repeatable system. It's basically a way to manually hack your own psychology. Step 1, you just do the work. You start the motion using pure discipline. Step 2, you make consistent progress. As you actually start working, you naturally start seeing these little small wins, and the whole task just gets clearer. And then step 3, you get rewarded. Once you actually see that progress, dopamine hits your brain. And boom, that is when you feel motivated. You generate the feeling yourself by simply reversing the order of operations.
All right, part 5, making the decision right.
Make the decision, then make it right. Man, this is such a massive paradigm shift from Martell. We spend so much of our lives agonizing over finding the perfect choice, totally terrified of making the wrong move. But this concept completely shatters that paralysis. Listen, there is no perfectly right decision just sitting out there waiting for you to find it. Instead, you have to use your sheer will and your forward motion to force whatever choice you made to become the right one. You take total control of the outcome after you take the jump. And at the end of the day, that is exactly how you get truly motivated. It's not some grand mystery, and it's sure as hell not a gift from the universe. This relentless, action-first mindset is the ultimate hidden formula for unlocking true drive. You have to stop waiting, prioritize motion over absolutely everything else. Put in the consistent work, rack up that tangible progress, and then just let the motivation flow in as the natural reward for your undeniable effort.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one vital question. Take a hard look at your life right now. Are you going to finish this explainer and go right back to waiting? Are you going to keep drifting on autopilot, just crossing your fingers and hoping that tomorrow magically feels better? Or are you going to embrace the sheer discipline of motion, stop waiting for permission from your feelings, and actually start building your dream today? The choice is entirely yours. But remember, the clock is ticking.